What's going on, YouTube? It's the Green Shiz. I made a pretty big purchase here during the last golden auctions. Spent close to $2,000. I think it was like $1,700 on a couple of cards towards the collection, actually, of all things. And I'm going to break down this video just going through my Zapdos collection. I haven't done it in a long time. Basically just going to be showing my graded ones and on my journey to be the #1 Zapdos collector. So I hope you enjoy it. These are some of my favorite cards I have in my collection. These things are awesome. Zapdos is my favorite Pokemon, right there next to Kyogre and Diglett. Have a bunch of banger cards of those as well. Maybe one day I'll do a video kind of showing my collection of those. They're not as substantial. Zapdos was always my favorite. Diglett doesn't have a bunch of banger cards. So Zapdos has a bunch of cooler stuff out there. So without further ado, let's jump into my pristine, awesome Zapdos collection. Let me know what you think. Which Zapdos card is your favorite? Jumping into it right now. Up first, needs no introduction, is my Thunderstorm theme deck Zapdos with the foil error. The foil goes all the way across the card. As you can see, I think they just called this insufficient ink. I'm not sure what that means, but basically, as you can see, the Cosmos foil goes all the way across the card. This is not a super rare error, but I thought it was really good. This is one of my favorite looking cards. I love the Cosmos foil. I love the Fossil Zapdos, so I had to pick this up, and I graded this myself. So actually achieved the 7, and it's not mint by any means, but this thing is gorgeous. Batting second, we have a blueback Top Sun Zapdos. There's, I think, only 11 of these in a PSA 10. Since I started collecting Zapdos, not a single one has gone up for sale in a PSA 10 in any media. No eBay, no auctions. In Golden or PWCC, so only have seen greenback 10s go up for sale. But this is a PSA 9 blueback. This is a Zapdos with Japanese web promo or web series. Don't think it's a promo, but PSA 10, basically the same exact art as our Black Star promos. This is awesome because they actually made it holographic. And wow, we definitely missed out in the US by not making this hollow. This thing pops. I love the red and the blue. Kind of reminds me of the Halo colors. Team red, team blue. PSA 10. So here was that greenback that I was just talking to you about. Here's a PSA 10 greenback Top Sun Zapdos. Those of you that don't know, this says 1995 just because the bottom of this card says 1995, where in reality these basically came out in 97. So these technically are not the first Zapdos cards. I think I have one of them in this stack, which was the card-ass Zapdos. Those can't believe came out in 96. So here is a PSA 10 Fossil Zapdos, and you'll notice here it is the corrected art. Only the unlimited ones have this corrected hollow. This is more rare than the non-corrected one, which, see if I have it right here handy. Of course I don't. Hold the phone. Oh yeah, I know the problem. So yeah, So I actually sold one of these. I sold a, as you can see side by side, here's the Cosmo Hollow one on the right, PSA 10, and the left is just the standard corrected. I sold a first edition PSA 10 Fossil Zapdos for almost $1,200. I thought that was really high because in the peak, I was able to pick that card up for $900. So I'm actually looking to buy another one to put it back into my collection. So yeah. These are two of my PSA 10 Fossil Zapdos. I want every variant. There is 4 according to Gem Mint Pokemon, but I have had 3. Here's a PSA 9 card as vending. This is, like I said, this one is 1996. All things lead to this being the first Zapdos card, essentially. Here's one of my favorites of all time, PSA 10 holographic Aquapolis Zapdos. This thing, I had this card drawn on canvas. This thing is awesome. I absolutely love this art. One of my favorites for sure. I wish they would do this exact art with the Galarian with like the darker orange. That would be cool. Here's probably the most modern Zapdos I have in this collection for now. PSA 10 Zapdos EX from EX Fire Red Leaf Green. I'm been looking at getting the Galarian Zapdos from the Chilling Rain, but I have not pulled the trigger because it's selling too high because not enough are graded. Here's the McDonald's promo, PSA 10 Zapdos. One of my favorites as well. I love the e-reader cards. There's so much yellow. That is an insane amount of yellow on one card. Another absolute banger. PSA 10 Rocket Zapdos. Gym Challenge. Love the hollow patterns on these. Noticing I don't have a lot of swirls, so kind of sad, but love these cards. Gym Challenge, 2 times better than Gym Heroes. No hands at all can compare. This is awesome. One of my earlier pickups, that card. As mentioned before, here is our Black Star promo in the Americas compared to the Japanese one. Both from the PSA 10. This one actually is the Aoki Air. This is not the actual illustrator. This is the very common one. So most of the time, when you're looking up Black Star Zapdos or Moltres or Articunos, most of them have the incorrect name down here. It's the corrected ones that are more rare. These are actually really cheap now. These are sub $100 in PSA 10. They're selling usually probably $50 to $100. There's so many of them. There's tons of them. Up next, the first ever PSA 10 I've ever purchased is the Legendary Collection Zapdos Reverse Foil. I've almost purchased a few of these. This is one of the lower pop ones for sure. There's less than 40 PSA 10s in the world. And I thought it would be cool to own a handful of these because how few there are. And I know this is an extremely sought after set. So to kind of control and have those would be cool, but I'm not going to do it because it's pretty expensive. Even though they're about $1,000 now, it seems, which is decent. From where I purchased this, I think it was $1,500. But kind of just sitting on it, not looking to move it. The last purchase, I think, oh no, I guess technically it's not now the last purchase, but I bought this. Somebody listed this for $100, so I snatched it up pretty quick. PSA 10 Top Series Zapdos. Back in the hype, I couldn't find these for sub $500, so these are pretty low pop. I think this is a pop 6. Obviously, there's tons of these in the world, but there's not a lot of PSA 10s yet, and a lot of people haven't graded them. This one here is one of the favorites. PSA 9 First Edition Zapdos. It's got the print line across on the bottom. Is one of the major flaws. Haven't really noticed many other. I think it had a one white nick here on the corner. But besides that, the card is extremely clean. This is in 2 of my collections. So I have the PSA 9 First Edition base, and then I have this Zapdos collection. So this boy fits right into both. Unlike all the other Zapdos, this one gets extra love. One of my favorite Zapdos cards. Can't have a Zapdos collection without the OG Zapdos base set unlimited holographic. Love this card. This card's pretty decent. It's like $350 now. Most PSA 10s from base set are getting pretty cheap, except for the big 3s. Some of the other bangers are maybe closer to $1,000, but yeah, this card's awesome. So there is a few cards I'm missing. I'm missing the base set 2. I haven't purchased that one yet. I'm missing Legendary Collection Standard Hollow and Non-Hollow. So there's a few Wizards of the Coast cards I'm missing. This is a PSA 10 Shadowless Zapdos. This is, I owned 2 of these at one point. I love this card. I purchased the first one for $3,000, and then I purchased the second one for $2,000 through Heritage Auctions. Both about a month and a half apart. Is basically when Pokemon started dropping. And now I own just one. I ended up selling the other one, selling one for $2,700. So I wasn't too bad. But yeah, this is a beautiful card. Love the Shadowless set. One of the top, my favorite sets of all time. Like everybody else, I'm sure. This card just hits different, that's for sure. Now we're going to get into some heat here. I've had this card for a long time. Probably almost close to a year. This is a BGS 10 Black Label Rocket Zapdos, Japanese. You get the black, those of you who don't know, you get a gold label for having a 10. You get a black label for having 4 10s. So if you had 3 10s and a 9.5, this would be a gold label. You only achieve black label status when it's 4 10s. There is one of these in the world in this black label, and I have it. There is other gold label 10s, but no other black labels. So this card is technically one of one as it sits now. Of course, other people can grade some. There is a handful graded, but they haven't achieved the same grade I have here. I love the conditional rarity on some cards, and that's exactly what this is. This is a conditional rarity card, only one in existence. There is not many black label Zapdos cards in existence in the old Wizards of the Coast era. This obviously is not Wizards of the Coast, it's Japanese, but it's that era, and there's not a lot of PSA 10s. I don't think there's a single English holographic PSA 10 black label Zapdos. There is like a German holographic one, this one, and maybe a couple of others. So this is top tier in the collection. So most recent golden auction, I purchased a gold labeled Zapdos Black Star promo. And in that auction, they kind of messed up. I was mentioning this Aoki Air. This Zapdos was listed, and it has the corrected illustrator. Nowhere on the label is it mentioned. It's not mentioned in the listing that they had. So these are much tougher to come by. I purchased this through Golden at $250. The last PSA sold listing on auction at that time through eBay was $250. So I bought this for the same price as the last sold PSA 10. I was actually bidding on that PSA 10 and got outbid. So I didn't want to lose this one, so I ended up picking it up. I didn't have a corrected one at the time. So now I have a corrected one here, and this was a huge pickup for $250. I know, like I said, these go for $50. So seeing this thing sell for $250, a lot of people are crapping themselves, and maybe they didn't realize it was corrected. But if you look on eBay, there's, I'd say, more than 9 out of 10, you'll find the Aoki Air. This is not as prevalent in the world, so tougher to come by for sure. Without further ado, my next and last addition to the Zapdos collection is another Black Star promo. This is another a black label Black Star promo, Zapdos. So basically the same as this. Both of these are the corrected illustrators. And this is a Wizards of the Coast card. So Wizards of the Coast says it on the slab, which is kind of cool. Black Star promo, corrected illustrator, not Aoki Air. Now I have 2 Black Star promo Zapdos cards, which is pretty cool. Not a big fan of BGS outside of their 10s. I'm not a 9.5, 9 guy. I'll probably never own a BGS 9.5 or a 9, but do have good respect for their 10s and black labels. Absolutely love the way these cards look, and was really excited. I picked this card up. It was about $1,200 before fees. Was willing to go to $1,500 because I wanted to be the owner of this black label. So I mentioned that this one was a one of one. If you check Pop Report, there's one of these. If you check the Pop Report, there's two of these. The difference being, this one is Pop 2. There's two certs. One of them's really old, a really old certification, and this is really much newer. So there's a really, really good chance that the other graded Zapdos is the Aoki error, and this could be a one-on-one. And I've been doing as much research as I can to see if this is the only corrected illustrator black label, because there is another black label, but I'm assuming it's Aoki error because of how old the cert is, but I could be wrong. So if anybody out there knows, I would love to find out. I've been doing as much research as I can, and unfortunately, from what I can tell, BGS does not scan in cards to reference when you type in a cert, which is unfortunate. So I can't actually look at the card. So let me know. This is my new baby. I got two black label fight electric chickens. So pretty awesome. Looking forward to what's next. Always looking for Zapdos cards in PSA 10 or 10 condition. So if you got any, let me know. Might be interested, especially if I don't own it. So that's all. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Y'all have a good one. Peace.